Namaste, dear friends. Today I'm going to talk something on the breathing pattern, correct, and why you should correct your breathing pattern. Because in the longer run, if you don't correct your breathing pattern, it can create many issues for you. So today I'm going to demonstrate to you four breathing pattern techniques, correct, which you can practice daily, and even it can be practiced by anyone. There's no age restriction. Even the small kids which are older than 10 years, they can practice this breathing pattern, because what science says is that till 10 years our breathing pattern is perfectly fine. There is no disturbance in the breathing pattern. After only when a child starts thinking, or he decides, he start taking his own decision, that's where it impacts his breathing pattern. Yeah. So, and the other thing you need to be careful is that the sitting pattern, correct. Currently, if you see, I'm sitting in Siddhasana. I'm sitting in cross-leg position called Siddhasana. It is called meditative posture. But it is not necessary for you to sit in this posture. You can sit in any cross-leg posture, and if you're not able to sit down, then you can at least sit on the chair. The only thing you need to be careful is that your head, neck, and spine has to be aligned. It has to be in one line. Yeah? Another thing what you can do is that while doing these practices, you can take on mudra, correct? This is called Gyan Mudra. So Gyan Mudra, I touch the tips of my thumb with my index finger. Yeah. So this is called Gyan Mudra. So this means that you are receptive of any knowledge which is coming from outside. Yeah. And it is highly beneficial if you start practicing this. So let's try the first breathing pattern technique, which is mostly while most of us do, correct? So while we inhale, our collarbone comes up, and we exhale, our collarbone comes down. Yeah. So never the oxygen never reaches our chest or abdomen. It never reaches those organs. Yeah? So it is like this. Okay, so this is a normal breathing pattern. Most of us would be doing, correct? Either knowingly or unknowingly, we are doing it. The next breathing pattern, if you just expand the breathing pattern a bit more, you will see that your chest expands when you inhale, and your chest goes down when you exhale. Let's try it out. Okay, if you can observe me closely, correct, when I inhale my chest is expanding, and when you exhale my chest is coming down. Yeah? So this is the next breathing pattern. Yeah. And the third breathing pattern is that when you inhale, your abdomen should also come up. Yeah. So now let's try the third breathing pattern. Okay. So now you have seen three different breathing pattern, correct? In one breathing pattern, you saw that when you inhale, exhale, the collarbone was coming up and down. The next one, your chest was coming up and down, and thirdly, your abdomen was coming up and down. Now in yogic breathing, correct? You combine all these three together. So in yogic breathing, when you take a deep inhalation, your collarbone should come up, your chest should expand, and your abdomen should come up. Yes. And when you exhale, your abdomen should go down, your chest should collapse, and the collarbone should come down. Yeah? Let's try to do yogic breathing now with eyes closed. Yes. Let's try to do yogic breathing. In a deep inhale, exhale, deep inhale, exhale. Yes. So you need to combine all the three techniques together, and this is called yogic breathing. and you will get maximum benefit out of this. Yeah, and your lungs will get maximum benefit if you try to practice yogic breathing, and it has to be your part of your normal day-to-day breathing. So you can observe small child, correct? When he or she normally during their sleep or normal breathing pattern, just observe them how they breathe, correct? And during every breathing pattern, the abdomen comes up, and during every breathing out, the abdomen goes down. So this is the normal breathing pattern we should observe, and it remains till 10 years of the kid, correct? When they start taking their own decision, and when they get more information and they try to become independent, then it impacts the breathing pattern. Yes? Another thing you need to realize that, so out of 6000 cc, which is the lungs capacity of, yeah, we are using only around only 10% of our lungs capacity. We are not utilizing even not 20%, 30%. So definitely with the yogic breathing pattern, you can increase those till 40 or 50%. Definitely it will be a huge impact on how you breathe in and how you take a decision. It will impact the decision process also. Yeah. And the thirdly, I will talk on other breathing patterns where you hold your breath for some time. Okay? The one breathing pattern is called triangular breathing. In triangular breathing, what you do? Well, inhale. It has to be your yogic breathing. During yogic breathing, you inhale for 5 count, hold for 5 count, exhale for 5 count. Yeah? That is called triangular breathing. You take hold after inhale, hold, then breathe out 5 count. Okay, let's try doing triangular breathing. Let's do it together. Let's inhale for 5 count, hold, exhale, again inhale, hold, exhale. Yes. So now you need to understand that in yogic breathing, correct, the normal breathing pattern is that your exhalation has to be always double up inhalation. Now, if I inhale for count of 5, exhale for 10 count. Yeah. So with the practice, you need to bring that habit. It won't happen in a single day. Slowly with the practice, correct, it has to come. But for starting point, you start with the normal same count. If you're not reaching till 5, that is perfectly fine. Don't try to compete with anyone. Just start with the maybe 5, then hold for 5 and exhale for 5. Slowly increase the count. If you're taking inhalation for 10, then hold for 5, exhale for 20. Yes, this is called triangular breathing pattern. The next breathing pattern is square breathing pattern, correct? In the square breathing pattern, what you normally do is that you inhale for 5, the hold for 5, exhale for 5, hold for 5. That is, the ratio is 1:1:1:1. Okay, so let's try. Inhale for 5 count, hold for 5 count, exhale for 5 count, hold for 5 count, again inhale for 5 count, hold, hold. This is called square breathing. Yeah? Slowly you need to increase the count. The ratio which all the yoga text says is that it has to be 1:2:4:2. It is very difficult. So if I give you a number, correct, if you inhale for 5, your hold has to be 10 and your exhalation has to be 20. So that's what it says. And again the hold has to be 10. Correct? So it says 1:2:4:2. It's very difficult. It's not that simple, correct? But most of the yogis, they can do that pattern and they can increase that count. They breathe in 20, but it has to come with practice, correct? And the disclaimer is that if you have any issues with your lungs, or you have gone through any surgery, or if you have high BP, correct, you should not hold your breath. You should be doing normal breathing. You should not hold your breath. If you have any severe problems, or if you have gone to surgery, or if you have anything related to eyes or related to the BP, correct, should not hold your breath. Be very clear on that. Correct? It can create more issues for you. So don't hold your breath if you have high BP, or if you have any heart related issues. You can do normal breathing, inhale, exhale. You can try to inhale and exhale, make the exhalation double of your inhalation, but don't try to hold. Yeah. So these are the techniques which you can teach your kids also, because most of the kids also don't know the correct way of breathing, and slowly you will see the benefit out of this. I hope this reaches to the maximum people and they are getting benefited out of this. Namaste. Om